You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is up? I'm your host, dini-mussolini. Man, there are 26,000 of you guys on the phone line with us tonight. What is up? What is up? So glad that you guys are here with us. I really appreciate that. So what I want to tell you, though, is to just do it. Yeah. Sometimes there are things that just have to be done. The best option when something needs to be done is just to do it. Don't worry about how you're going to deal with it or what it will do to your self-esteem or what other people will think. Just do it. Take the action. You are in complete control of your mind and your body. No one has any power over you. Only you can control your own actions. And if there's something that you must do, then you're the one who needs to do it. I can make excuses. You can make excuses. A child can make excuses. So what? Excuses don't get anything accomplished. Action is the key to accomplishment. Discipline yourself to take action. Yes, it is difficult at times. Yes, it can be painful. Yes, it can be inconvenient. And yes, you know it needs to be done. So just do it today. Take it from me, Dini-Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in and mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that go live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab that from Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Well, I don't want to keep 26,000 of you guys waiting on the line any longer. So let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview, shall we? Oh yeah, let's get it cracking. So if I close my eyes, I can go back to a place where a younger version of my journalistic self exists and is still frustrated with the email format interviews. I can remember the first time I had gotten a hold of a band that really means a lot to me today still. And I won't mention the name of the band or the publication that I was writing for at the time, but I remember being so happy to have the any opportunity to talk to them through any medium. And I was completely excited until I received the answers back. What they sent me back was a little of nothing, very short words. I was very disappointed. My questions were not as open as they are now, and I have never received such honesty and openness working there at that publication as I have through these live shows and live interviews here through my own platform, Vigilantes Radio. Each and every time I get a new guest interested in an in-depth interview, I almost chuckle and say, well, good luck, my friend, because that last one we did, it was great. Just can't get any better than that. And believe it or not, they do get better with each guest, each person being unique, each interview being tailored to their specialty. Wow is really all I can say. I have identified with and connected with Deon-Wilson's music in all kind of ways. So many that I truly believe writing a long monologue about it here tonight would make this podcast, double the length. But I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm really going to appreciate his words through this interview, and I really think he has some amazing insights and approaches to his music that many bands, musicians, and artists could learn from. So, guys, with that, let's go ahead and welcome him to our show. Deon-Wilson, you're now live in the mix with all of us. So how's it going, and how are you feeling?
I'm doing well. I appreciate it. I'm feeling good. How about you?
Man, doing great. So how's the weather where you're at?
Honestly, Colorado, it's getting cold.
It's getting cold.
Not gonna lie, it's at R&B weather.
Oh, man. It's great, right?
That's right.
All right, man. So I got to say, man, right off the bat, you can really get into the grooves of your melodies. So tell us what a day in the life of Deon-Wilson is like from AM to PM.
Day in the life, I'm an early riser. I like to get up. I like to make sure that I'm as productive as I can possibly be throughout the day. So I still have a day job on top of chasing my music dream. So, the day in the life is like get up, go to work. When I'm done with work, or at work, I'm constantly writing music, so I'm always being proactive when it comes to this music. And after that, I definitely gotta go to the gym for a few hours so so I stay right. And then we probably spend a few hours on social media later in the day to stay relevant.
Definitely. Okay.
So we stay pretty busy.
Yeah, sounds like it. Man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the You Got It record and the campaign behind it. So tell us everything we need to know about this song. Where did You Got It, start, and where would it lead you to?
So, well, honestly, we got the beat, and I'm the type of artist that I let the beat speak to me. So when I got the beat, I wasn't sure what I was going to write to it. Once I came across the whole You Got It concept, and then I got that from the relationship I was in, I kind of spoke about where we were at. I kind of just went to Nashville, recorded everything I needed to record, came back to Colorado, we shot the video, and we were actually pretty impressed with the quality of the video, so we actually reached out to a few different PR firms, and after some good research, we came across Starlight PR. We contacted them, we told them what we were looking for and what we wanted to try to accomplish, and they believed in our dream. So they've been helping us get our music out to the masses, get on radio, definitely market it hard through social media just so that we can truly build an organic fan base. So they've been definitely very, very, very helpful.
Definitely. Oh yeah, Starlight is a great group of people over there.
Mm-hmm.
So you traveled from Colorado to what do you say, Tennessee, Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville. Yeah. So we were recording all. That's where I do a lot of my recording. Mm-hmm.
Why so far away?
Well, see, I'm worried about who I record with, and one of my engineers, who was here in the same state as me, he relocated for a few opportunities. So I like to stay consistent with my sound and my engineers. So I kind of just follow him. If he's in a different state, we'll fly out, we'll record a project, fly back. But I believe in consistency.
Gotcha. All right. I was gonna say, because you got a chick out there, so it gives you.
Yeah. Oh no! I wish. If any of these things, let me know.
I'm just messing. All right. So You Got It is a record about an ongoing relationship or a previous relationship?
I would say it's an ongoing relationship. It's kind of basically it's a story about two people who were initially friends, and based off being secure in the friendship that developed a relationship. And it's beautiful because in the video we actually really encompassed the progression very well. So it's just about building just two people who are really trying to not even work on, but they just find love,
Yeah. Is she in the video?
So I actually used a model for the video.
Model. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do people typically feel, even speaking on exes, because I'm sure, man, you're an R&B singer, so you're giving this complete experience from your perspective. How do exes and current girlfriends at the time when you do write music and put it out, how do they feel about being included into a song?
Honestly, it's always 50-50. And my experience is some women, they actually are flattered by that. Others, they're kind of embarrassed because a lot of times I don't really express my feelings like that to them in person. So to put it on a, on a record and then on some sort of platform, they're just like, why'd you do that to me, Deon? So I try to mix up different scenarios of different relationships so not one person can tell who I'm talking about.
Right. But you're definitely entitled to put it out the way you put it out, because I'll say it like this. I had a girl once, and when we had problems in our relationship, she would tell her friends and her family. That was her outlet. Mm-hmm. Where I didn't have the same situation. I didn't have anybody I could confide in. If it would be a stranger, and that's crazy.
Exactly.
That's usually how cheating happens, in the wrong one.
Right.
Yeah. But so I'm a writer, so I would have to write my thoughts out. I have to, get it out of my system that way, because there was nobody I could, tell it to. And, it's like, why you do that? It's like, well, why you do what, you told your friends and your family, why'd you do that? So I believe we're all entitled to our own interpretation of how we feel and how we get it out of our system, because, we can't keep it bottled up, right?
I agree. That's when crazy things start to happen.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want no crazy stuff happening.
No, man.
We're trying to promote love and positivity.
Yes, sir. So, Deon, how important is harmony to your songs?
See, and it's funny you ask me that, because I know music in today's day and age has much less harmonies, but, growing up and listening to a lot of the 90s R&B, I fell in love with the harmonies. And for me, the harmonies are a way of me expressing my emotion through sound. So sometimes I feel something, I don't know what to say, but I can make it sound. And if it sounds good, add a few more, and then they call them harmonies. But it's more or less, those are feelings for me in music, in music form.
Definitely. Man, like, we get most of the new age R&B acts who kind of rap in their music now. They're not really singing. I don't hear no trembling in the voice. I don't hear no falsettos and nothing like that. But then I listen to a rap song, and I hear all kind of harmonies going on. Like, oh, what's going on here? I think the genre's been crossed some way.
Exactly, it has, and it's a hard area to dibble and dabble in, because unless you're actually kind of in the game, you know, it's better to, in my opinion, unless you can catch the niche the right way, I'm going to stick to singing. And then once I kind of get to where I want to be in music, then I might start mixing in a little bit more rap into that.
Right. But Deon, being a fresh face, you know waves come and go. What's your whole plan of attack, you know, when you're faced with the mainstream, when, you know, what's happening is the type of, you know, rap R&B. You know, we've heard Rihanna do it. We've heard Kalani. I mean, I wouldn't say T.Y. Dolla $ign because he's been singing his butt off. But
yeah, right.
But people like Rihanna, you know, who can actually sing, but, you know, she comes down and, you know, rides the wave every now and then with the rap. Like, what's your whole plan of attack, man, being a new face?
Well, see, my plan of attack is going to be simple. I've really done a lot of background research on just me and my product and my brand, and I could tell that the industry still wants someone to go back and try and attempt to do the old school R&B sound, but the old school R&B with relevant sound. My whole plan is I want to show them that I can do numbers with my style of R&B, you know, and I love artists like R. Kelly, who, I mean, they take over the whole show, and all the women want to sing. They don't know all the lyrics. I mean, they just fall in love with the record. I love that. So that's my goal. I think history repeats itself. I think the game is looking for a true R&B. I think true R&B, just like you would probably vouch for. I mean, you could probably sing a few records now from 10, 15 years ago. So I think real quality music can stand the test of time. I think R&B can do that. And a lot of rap records these days, like every 15 minutes, you need a new hot record.
Yeah,
and that's why. What's up? My bad.
You're absolutely right, man. We definitely want that R&B. Because, man, it's like, I can just think about, you know, the times where songs came out in the, you know, early 2000s, the 90s was popping, was definitely popping with R&B. And, you know, and we want that because we still sing those songs. I mean, you can't really sing any, you know, R&B songs of today. I can't even think of one.
No.
That, you know, and the only thing that, and if I do is like popping bottles or, you know, eating booty like groceries or something like that. That's not R&B
right,
to me.
Right. Exactly. See, and that's why the industry is kind of dying.
Yeah.
You know, at least in that regard, in R&B, because no one's really willing to embrace. And that's why I want to work with some of the OGs like Babyface.
Yeah.
You know, I want to work with producers like Brian Michael Cox, guys who were in the game heavy when that R&B was popping. You know, because they still know what it is. It's just the artist development side. Artists aren't being developed to be the R. Kellys anymore. You know, they're more like social media artists. So it's like trendy, whatever's popping. They're trying to do like the next fab, the next trendy thing in the music.
Yeah. So, given that, Deon, we need you to save R&B.
Yeah. we trying. Lord willing.
Straight up. We need you to save it, bro. All right,
that.
No doubt, man. Everything I've heard so far, man, has some really sweet progressions and vocal changes. So I guess I'm wondering both about, you know, harmony and the importance of that aspect, you know, on your future project. It's called The Come Up, correct?
Yeah, so that's my newest project, yes, sir.
Cool. What all can we expect on The Come Up as far as, you know, we're talking about R&B back to its purest form, harmonies, you know, what's going to be the important thing that you showcase on The Come Up?
The important thing on The Come Up that I showcase is me. You know, a lot of times it takes a very long time to really find your voice. And that's why I write so many songs. And I write the same song a few different times just to make sure I got the song right. But that project, because I have a record on there, Come Up, the project called The Come Up. And literally it's just telling my story about how hard it is coming up in Colorado, but at the same time it still can be done. I'm telling people about my lifestyle, how we do it, because I don't really get to go out and do much. I'm working so much. So when I do go out, it's always like a movie, and you always want to kind of put that in the song so people can really just feel you a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. All right. And also maybe just a little chat about the must-haves of a Deon-Wilson song. What kind of things have to be in a song for you, to put it on a record?
As far as the writing goes, or as far as the sound of the beat?
All of it. All the above.
Well, basically, I don't work with any records that I can't feel. Like, so someone, because I got artists all the time asking me, hey, can we just pay you and jump on a record? But I really don't work like that. If I like the record, I'll probably even do it for free if it speaks to me the right way. Besides that, I mean, I really don't like to be too raunchy. I kind of want to be respectful. I also want to be kind of sexy in my music, so I definitely have some sexiness. Well, in the beginning of my career, women didn't like the fact that I only sang about women. So once I perfected my records, they love how I only sing about women. So it's really weird because people, their taste changes like those seasons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just my records that have to talk about, first off, no lying. I can't lie on my records. I don't do that. But I got to talk about women. I got to talk about where I'm at. I got to talk about where I'm trying to go. And I got to talk about my past. And I got to talk about my rights and my wrongs that I've done. I'm very transparent in my records.
Yes, sir. So if you could, man, speak to us about the universal language of music from your perspective. What does it mean to you?
So the universal language of music and what it means to me. Well, to me, the universal language, music is a universal language simply because it encompasses all kinds of emotions. It doesn't matter who you are, young, old, black, white. If you're young, you can still be in love, you can still be hurt, you can still be sad, you can still be mad, you can still go out and do your thing. If you're older, you still have the same experiences. So for me, music, universal language, because it overcomes all boundaries, whether it's age, race, gender, whatever it may be.
So what is it about a Deon-Wilson record that could appeal to just about anyone?
Honestly, you've been through it. Whatever I'm writing, you've already experienced it, so you're going to be able to relate. You're not going to turn the record on and hear all kinds of... I mean, I like to make universal music, so you won't immediately hear cuss words or crazy, raunchy stuff. You're going to hear something that makes you feel a type of way. And because of that, you're going to have a connection with the record.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome.
Let me ask you, you heard You Got It?
Yes.
So from a perspective of never really hearing too many of my records, from the first initial impression, how do you feel about that record when you heard it?
I'm going to do you one solid. I'm going to give you a review of it later on in the show.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Hopefully
right.
I like that.
No, man, you're pretty dope. I can tell you now, you're pretty dope. And I'm just going to leave it at that, man.
And I'm humbled.
I was definitely impressed.
Thank you, sir.
No doubt, man. So I'm feeling a pretty good, vibe from you. So I'm going to go there with a wide open question for you. What makes a life worth living?
What makes a life worth living? I would have to say the independence to find yourself independent of money. So you take money away completely in life, and yet you still can find exactly who you are, the meaning of yourself, your purpose. Once you find that, I think that's true happiness. I think when you start getting money and politics and other things involved, you start changing your natural character to conform to something, and that's when, you start to change emotionally, spiritually, things of that sort. But if you take all that away and you go down to your core values, I think that's what it's about.
Yes, sir. And what defines success for you?
So for me, success is two ways to look at that. So success for me, number one, is doing what I love and being able to make a living at that. So hands down, being able to write music and to see to see how my music impacts them and their life, and to hear what they say in return to how my music made them feel. That to me is success. In other regard to money, living off your passion, that's also obviously success, but I measure it both ways.
Yes, sir. So a record like You Got It, would you say this is a fair representation of what we can expect to find on the come up?
It is. And the come up isn't a complete project. I have a tendency to write a 4 or 5, EP, and then go turn around and do another 4 or 5 EP. So I have a few different projects I'm working on right now, and the come up was just a phase of my life, how I was feeling in that the end of winter / heading into spring, summer. So it was my emotion in that time frame. So you can definitely expect R&B and more real R&B on all my projects.
Nice. And what made you choose to put that one out as as a single? How was that decision made?
That decision was made because honestly, I always had the greatest connection with that record. But we did a lot of fishing. We probably asked 100 women what song they liked, why they liked it. I needed the real answer, and that song was just too real. So when they gave me that feedback, I made sure they helped me design conceptually a video that they would all love. And after I got all this great feedback, we just went out and did what we had to do to make it real.
Yeah. So where did you find like 100 women from? I mean, come hang out with you in Colorado.
Well, thank God for social media these days, right?
Yeah. I'd be your brand ambassador or something.
Hey, something. We need more. We need more because we busy out here.
I hear you. All right. So, what would you say is the biggest challenge that you face as an indie artist today?
The biggest challenge that I have to say, as an independent artist, the biggest challenge you're going to come across is truly finding your own voice, not emulating or someone else, sounding like somebody else. I also think that your own personal artist development. A lot of people, they think they have one song and they're going to be famous, and they think that's going to sustain a career. That's why I've grown to enjoy the journey, because over the journey, I've understood who I was. That's why you can take everything from me, and I'll still write 10 hits right now. But I've actually encompassed the music. It's encompassed me. So now I am the music. It's no longer a image. It's no longer a persona. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Man, I like that.
I think that's the hardest thing. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But that's what I too many people faking it. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, yeah. Too many. Man, Brother Deon, if you could take 5 minutes of advice from any artist, dead or alive, who would you choose and why?
In the end, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to have to straight up go with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say R. Kelly because, one, I've always respected the way that man writes songs. I mean, he has written some of the best hits I've ever heard in my life. And I've seen him perform a few times, and the way that he can control a crowd on some grown woman tip, not this teeny bopper. I'm talking grown women. That's what R&B is. So I love his style of writing. I love how long his career was sustained for. I feel like he is well-rounded, and we need more artists like that in the game. Especially modern day.
Yeah. Man, despite what people may feel about R. Kelly, his genius is undeniable.
Undeniable. It's just unfortunate it's overlooked by some.
And it's like every time he put out a new project, it's like he reinvented himself.
Exactly.
His career just flourished. The Closet series was like almost one of the best, projects he ever put out. People were we're talking about that for years and years and years. And now there's some new guys on Facebook trying to emulate that. I seen it a few months ago with their singing series, but R. Kelly is the one who did it first and set that up. So, man, R. Kelly is incredible.
R. Kelly is incredible, and I think that the game needs more real players. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but R. Kelly was he is a real dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about was. He is a real dude, and I think you got to live what you write, and that's why I respect about him. He ain't just writing a song. You know,
right.
He went out and did that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, man, give us your 5-year plan. You know, we all have our pens and notebooks out, you know, ready to write down the game plan. What can your fans expect to see and hear from you in terms of music, growth, and live shows?
Okay, so hands down, now I'm a visionary. So I set my vision and my sight's big, and we understand the small tasks that have to make the small tasks that lead to the giant goals and the giant scores. So a lot more writing, a lot more relationship building. I never understood truly how important relationship building is in the music industry. It's almost more important than music. These days you have to come with good music. But definitely going to work on my social media presence. Definitely going to put a lot more music out there dead in your face so you actually see me on a regular basis and it becomes more of a household name. I've already been invited to do quite a few festivals. I'll be doing South by Southwest, amongst a few other shows. So we're definitely going to take advantage of every single show opportunity and start doing numbers. I mean, the thing about it is I just put out that single You Got It 2 weeks ago. We've already been streamed over 25,000 times on Spotify. So the record's doing work itself. Yeah. So we all over the place, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. I mean, everything is doing numbers right now. And I know how the game works. When you do numbers and you're self-sufficient and they see you don't need anything, that's when they want to holler at you.
Mm-hmm. You already know it. So I try not to have any standard questions here on Vigilantes Radio, like, you know, what's your favorite color and favorite food, that type of thing. But I have to admit, I'm really digging the answers to this one lately. I've been, you know, popping this question in on several artists just to get their reaction and see what kind of answer they'll give me back. So I'm going to keep it rolling. What is your opinion on the state of music today? Is it in trouble? Is there enough good stuff out there? Has the internet helped us or watered it all down?
So, hands down, the internet has definitely watered it all down. The quality of music is definitely lower, but it hasn't. The game isn't dying. In today's generation, they just need more. They have short attention spans, so if you can put out more material, you'll be perfectly fine. The quality anymore isn't necessary. Quality doesn't translate to success, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. When
you are a quality artist, you're considered greater, you know, a Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? So I plan to, and I want to, you know, be a quality artist that's considered great, Grammy winner, you know, a songwriter for other artists as well. But I don't think the music industry is in trouble. Too many people need entertainment.
Definitely. So speaking of Grammy, I work for an artist now as his business administration, as part of his management, his they call it travel agent, that type of stuff. And like I said, he's a Grammy winner with over 30 million records sold. They even beat out the Beatles records for this Grammy with this group. But the single that propelled them to the top at that particular time, it took them 12 times to rewrite this before the label said, okay, it's a hit, and before it was published. So along the way, some of that original song, pieces were taken out, pieces were added, maybe pieces that they felt was personal, because the song came out as a personal song. Now I can tell you what that song is The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was a personal song. So I could imagine the first version of that song was probably super personal, since they dedicated to some friends who were coming up with them, but unfortunately their life ended. So they had to compromise with the label, of course, for this song to come out. Do you feel like there has ever been a time where you had to compromise your work, or have you ever had to come back to a song with the intention of making it more accessible to the public somehow?
Every time. So, wow. Earlier a little bit I had mentioned, I do that to myself, because I've learned to hear it's really weird. But after you've written a certain amount of songs, you kind of can understand the format and triggers, or when to do certain things that you know is going to catch the ear or break the record down, or understand the difference between a hook and a chorus and where you're trying to go with the music. So I like to write records 2 or 3 times, simply because, one, that's the best way to really make sure you get it the right way, and 2, I tend to find out that after you really get comfortable with the song, you write it differently, you sing it differently. I'm the type of person, I like to freestyle records, so I don't sit there and think. I let emotion come to me, and I write it immediately. And I kind of freestyle write. It's kind of weird. But after you do it a few times, you might not like the way something came in, or the cadence, or the swag, but it all comes together. And I think it's just the best way to put the best product out. Don't ever put out the very first thing.
Yeah. Okay. Man, that's dope. All right. This is what I wanted to ask you. So after you recorded your songs, because you have rearranged, you're a mechanic, basically. You can put it together, take it apart. That's genius. Deon-Wilson is a genius. I will say that. All right. But after a song has been published, it's already out there, and you probably listened to your song maybe 1,000,000 times before you even hit the public. But do you ever feel like there's times when you're in your ride and you're hearing your song, but you're singing it along with your song, but you're singing it different? You've added a note here, added a note there, like, dang, I should have did this. What do you do? First of all, does that ever happen to you?
And that's the reason why, yes, it happens every time, because you write a song the first time because you just wrote the song off emotion. Then once you sang the song 40 times, you have more swag, more confidence. You sing a little bit differently due to the swag and confidence, because now you know the lyrics.
Yeah.
So for me, every time, I never go into the studio without having sang that song probably 50 times.
Nice. Man, that is discipline. See, now really I'm more impressed with you.
Well, see, my problem is I approach the game differently. There's a lot of artists in Colorado, they'll dump out 30, 40 records. Well, I'd say more like, 10, 15 records over the course of 6 months. But no one really listens to any one of your tracks. Yes, you had a lot of content, which kudos for being able to do that. But I like for a record for you to hear it, and then for the record to do work on you. You know what I mean? For you to listen a few different times, and I like let it marinate for 3-4 months. Opposed to try to hit you with a single. So I've had great success with working on the quality of our brand and our music, and what it looks like, what it sounds like, and then putting them out slowly. I've learned that people actually gravitate more to each new single as I slowly put them out, opposed to flooding the market.
Nice. Very nice. All right, guys, we're at the point of the show. After the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment. And of course, along with the actual interview, but the audience will get to hear either Deon-Wilson give us some exclusive vocals, maybe as a poem or inspirational speech or spoken word. Maybe he'll freestyle rap for us, or tell a joke or a good story, or play a live instrument. Well, you never know with these creative minds, and vessels were produced in a spotlight. And tonight we'll find out if Deon-Wilson have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But for right now, we have Deon-Wilson. You got it, and we'll be right back.
You call me it's early in the morning. Hello. Telling me you ain't never felt this lonely. Not much words can say, but baby girl, I'm on my way. I'll pack some things and grab a bag. I was hoping I could stay. Working on nobody like I'm trying to get paid. I eat it, beat it, believe it, play Usher's my way. Now roll all this weed up, my buzz low, so I drink up. Tonight is what we make it, girl, I'ma call you baby. That's gonna be the sound, growing, it's going down. When you're in front of me, you're everything I need. Girl, your face. I feel some type of way when somebody says your name. You're the one that can't replace. So like cat and mouse I chase. I know you hold it down and you don't need men around. My homies on me hating, say that I should be the man, but I can tell when I'm with you, they just hating on us, they mad. Now roll all this weed up, my buzz low, so I drink up. Tonight is what we make it. Take it to my place and get naked. Oh, oh, that's gonna be the sound, girl, when it's going down. Oh, oh, when you're in front of me, you're everything I need. Girl, I know you got it, I'm talking about it. Love the way you do it, I'm just being honest. Ooh, you know you're nasty, still you keep me classy. From the day you met me, girl, you know you had me. Take a breath, waiting to exhale. Need a moment, wanna open up. Tell you how I feel. If I had no money or the cost, would you still be here? See, I've been waiting for a while. Gotta keep it real. If you ever feel alone, girl, you picking up the phone. Wanna get you to my room and just put you in my zone and blaze on you and let me blaze on you. Oh, oh, that's gonna be the sound, girl, when it's going down. Oh, oh, when you're in front of me, you're everything I need. Girl, I know you got it, I'm talking about it. Love the way you do it, I'm just being honest. I know you're nasty, still you keep me classy. From the day you met me, girl, you know you had me.
That is definitely R&B. Definitely. That was Deon-Wilson. You got it. So I will put that song in a playlist, my Tank, my 112, my D'Angelo. I will put that on that playlist. Yeah, definitely. So also, like, I don't know if this has happened to any of you guys, but it has happened to me, because since I deal with a lot of music, a lot of new artists. So this one time, well, actually a few times, don't keep score though, but this one time I remember I brought home a track, and I was trying to get the session on, and my girl was like, hold on, I want to listen to this. So it kind of completely ruined the session. So I believe this is one of those tracks that's going to do that very same thing. I'm gonna play it on, trying to come in the room all, sexy, giving a show, trying to get the session on. She's gonna be like, hold on, let me listen to this track. And it's gonna kill the mood. Then I'm gonna have to call up Deon, like, hey man, you got a hot record, man, but you killed the section, hot record. Yeah, congratulations for that. But yeah, but that's how great that record is. Doing the whole Berry Gordy thing, would I buy a cheeseburger or this record? Well, hold on, that's unfair. I'm a vegan, I can't have cheeseburgers. Okay, a fruit platter. Yeah, rabbit food. Or You Got It. I would say You Got It. I would have to buy the record. Why? I mean, did you listen to it? I know you listened to it because you're tuned in. There's like over 26,000 of you guys tuned in right now. You heard it just like I've heard it. It was like ear candy. I wanted to hit, play again on it just to, chill out to it. I mean, my girl's not here right now, but when I get back to the crib, no, I don't want to mess up the session. Nope, I'm going to do the test, and I'm going to let Deon know how it turned out, right? So you guys do the test as well. If your girl tell you, hold on, let me listen to this record first, I want you to hit up Deon on his social media and let him know he ruined your session. I mean, that's a proud ruin, right? It's a proud moment. Like, oh man, sorry I ruined your session, but man, thanks. Yeah, that record is truly incredible, man. It embodies all the things I've been missing from my favorite collection of R&B. The sounds were smooth, the vocals were there, the lyrics were there. Great record. 5 months from I'm Dini-Mussolini. So I want to tell you guys about positive expectations. You are what you expect of yourself, what you think of yourself. If you're a golfer who usually shoots in the mid-90s and you shoot a 39 on the first 9 holes, then you'll likely compensate with a lousy performance on the back 9 to finish up at your usual score. If you're a salesperson earning $120,000 per year and you lose your job, chances are you'll find another job that earns you around $120,000 a year. Success is often hindered by nothing more than low expectations. You may have the best education, an impressive list of contact skills, experience, and a growing market, but if you don't see yourself as succeeding, you won't. Every day you talk to yourself more than you talk to anyone else. Your inner voice is constantly advising you and reminding you. What is it saying? Is it saying, yes, you can do this? Or is it saying, there's no way you can do this? The difference is crucial. And the good news is you can change that inner voice. All it takes is a commitment to expect more of yourself. In an instant, you can change your expectations from negative to positive. You don't believe me? Check out the laws of attraction and the laws of intention as well. So, enough of me. Let's go ahead and bring the man of the hour back. Deon-Wilson, man, you're back live with us in our hot seat. What do you have for us?
Anything I want?
Anything you want, brother.
So here's another record that I kind of wrote a little while ago. I might just hit you with the first verse, if you don't mind.
Sure.
He goes, baby, you've been on my mind. Some things you can't deny, like a thing with you and I. So it's time that we listen. Time stays away. That means some time to take in breaks, to find that moment, time, and place. So tell me, do you like this, or can we try that? I'ma break it down for you just like that. Don't worry about my past, 'cause girl, I'll be better than your last. That's why you're my new girl. So that's a song called New Girl.
Nice. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I want to tell you, too, I heard what you said earlier, just a side note, and I believe and agree with everything you said about, the mindset and speaking positivity in your life and manifesting positivity. That was beautiful.
Yes, sir, man. It makes us or break us, brother. It does. And sometimes our thinking, the way we think about ourselves happens sometimes unconsciously. And, that's just from everyday life that happens, curveballs and things that are beyond our control that tends to happen to us. And there's moments where we can fall into that little hole or trip a little bit and like, well, woe is me. And sometimes that can trigger our thoughts to always think about that, always to expect the worst to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I have more than enjoyed my time with you and your music, man. Songs like You Got It really stood out to me, along with the overall sound itself. You're definitely defined. I'm glad I learned about, how you approach your music. You're such a mechanic, a genius. So again, I just want to thank you for your time and your effort. We really appreciate you. All of us here from Vigilantes Radio do. We love listening to new music and hearing what the people that create it really have to say about their music. So at this last moment, we have a tradition, along with the hot seat, of course. It's called the open floor, and you can say anything else at all that you like to your fans that are listening now, and maybe your new fans that are listening.
Well, I want to say I appreciate everyone for taking the time to listen to the radio, to listen to me. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys, Vigilantes, as far as, showing me love, doing an interview with me. I recommend, if you like R&B and you want to support R&B, you follow me on my social media sites. You can find me on YouTube at Deon Wilson Music and on my website, which will show you everywhere to go at deon-wilsonmusic.com. So make sure you stay connected.
Yes, sir. And guys, just in case you didn't get those links, I have them in the description of the show. So all you have to do is click the link. Thank me later. All right, guys, you guys have been wonderful. The incredible Deon Wilson, everybody. And thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always. As always, guys, you're so faithful and loyal. Always hanging out with the kid late night. Sometimes we do these interviews. You can be anywhere in the world. You probably are anywhere in the world because it's not like I'm doing a live stage show. We're on the internet, right? You're probably, sipping Mai Tai somewhere. Anyway, I thank you, though, for just listening. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or any app on the Google Play or iTunes store, or you can just grab it from our website, which again is only1mediagroup.com. And I have to stop right here because this person on Google Hangouts has asked me like 20 questions. She wanted to ask Deon Wilson, how long have you been singing? And it's from Ashley 1245.
Ashley 1245, I appreciate you asking me that question. I've been singing for about 10 years.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Long time. I've been singing for a long time.
Right. Oh, we got another question from Sexy Tasha. She wants to know, do you sing at church?
I did. So that's originally how I came up. Baptist, gospel, singing at church, and then choir in the school. And then once I started writing my own songs, I started taking it seriously. Probably around 18.
Dope.
So, but I do want to make sure that everyone goes out and sees the music video. The song is dope, but the video is bananas. So go to the YouTube page, follow it. Follow me on Spotify. Always got new music, but the video is bananas. So watch it and holler at me so I can make sure I send you all my new content, clothes, everything.
Definitely. You got another question. Thomas wants to know, what is your favorite song that you like to sing that is not yours?
Probably Usher's Superstar. And I like that song because it's really just it's about a star on the stage, and he's singing to a woman. There's a huge crowd out there, but he sees one woman, and it's just those two. And he's treating her like a star, even though all those people are there to see him. Love that song.
Brittany wants to know, can you bless us with a line or two?
From that record?
Yeah.
All right, so it goes, bright lights, big stage, 50,000 fans screaming in rage, bodyguards, limousines, this is the way I see you in my dream, paparazzi flash, 100 pictures, all of you, hanging from my bedroom wall. Something like that.
Dope. Man, Deon's out here making wishes come true. Look at it. Look at him. All right. So every episode that, is always free, and that goes for everyone that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a guest or send something for me to play, make sure you email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And if it's music, please label your music. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free. We do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show. Just deal with that. Not just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow that. We always follow back. I'm sorry. That is the rule. And one final thought. Just remember to be yourself and be great at just doing that. Peace, and see you guys again tomorrow night. Oh, yeah.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.